Welcome to Practice Intimacy. This is the place to be if you want to learn about relationships, love, and how to have a fulfilling sex life. I'm Jami Lynn, and today we're going to be doing a practice. So one half of Practice Intimacy is all about education, and one half is to give you things you can actually do in your life day in and day out. And today is one of my favorite techniques when it comes to helping your whole body feel a little bit more safe and calm in the moment. So this is particularly good for people who have high anxiety, who have panic attacks, who tend to move into a space of overwhelm. This is also really excellent for anyone who has a trauma history, and for people who feel any kind of threat or danger that their body is communicating to them that may not be present in their environment in that moment. So what this practice is going to do is calm your nervous system down and tell your brainstem that in this moment your body is safe. This particular practice comes from a model of therapy called Somatic Experiencing, which focuses heavily on using the body and the different mechanisms within the body in order to calm and quiet the mind. Our mind and body are connected. I actually think it's a little bit ridiculous for people who talk about them as though they're different things. No, they're intertwined. My body and mind in the end are really the same thing because they are so deeply connected to each other. They just have slightly different functions and ways of going about looking at the world. But my nervous system is wired throughout my entire body, and my nervous system is what feeds my brain. My brain is part of the nervous system. So they're connected to me. And it is often easier to help your body feel safe and do what they call a bottom up. So from working from the bottom part of our nervous system up to the top part of our nervous system, the thoughts, rather than a top down. So thinking to help my lower brainstem calm down. Bottom up can often be easier in these moments whenever you're really, really needing to soothe yourself quickly and tell yourself that you're safe quickly. This particular practice is called Exploratory Orienting, and it's one of my favorite resources. I use this all the time for myself whenever I get anxious, upset, scared, and for my clients anytime they're moving into a panicked space, a trauma memory, or an overwhelmed, threatened feeling. I'm going to explain it first and then we'll do it together. So what exploratory orienting is starting over one shoulder and then letting your eyes sweep the entire space that you're in from one side completely over the other shoulder. And as my eyes are doing the sweep, my head is following. This happens slowly. And so the way I always slow myself down is to try and look for specific things. I either look for imperfections, so cobwebs in places, cracks in the walls, dirty spots on the windows, or I try and count blue things. There's lots of blue things in my office, and so I usually do about 30 blue things. And we're going to do it together. So before we start, just kind of check out your system. Feel if you have any activation, anxiety, anything like that. And then we'll get started. So you'll look over one shoulder all the way behind you. And just slowly let your eyes sweep. And as they're sweeping, you are counting either blue things or finding imperfections. Letting yourself go really slowly, taking in as much detail as you can. Okay. After doing that sweep, how does your body feel now? I know mine definitely feels more calm. My breathing has slowed down. It feels like my belly has relaxed a little bit. Some tension that I had in my chest has released. And I found 27 blue things. There's probably more in the office, but that's how many I counted this go around. So again, the point of this exercise, exploratory orienting, is to take in as much detail in the environment as you can so that your brainstem literally sees, because we use our eyes so much, your brainstem literally sees 360 view of the space you're in and can definitively notice that there is not a threat present in the room right now. Things that are important to remember as you do this particular practice are: go slowly, don't rush, because if you quickly look around, then your brainstem's not taking in enough information to really check out, is the room safe? Is it okay to be in here? There's nothing under the couch, right? Great. So going slowly is the most important part of this particular practice. And you can use this either in moments where you're feeling activated and you want to calm yourself down. So I'm thinking more of like, it feels more like a crisis. In this moment, I'm struggling and I need something, anything to soothe myself. Or you could use this in moments where you're just wanting to be a little bit calmer. I know I do this sometimes before bed. I actually really like to do this practice before bed because it just quiets my mind and begins to tell my nervous system it's okay to rest. It's okay to slow down and go to sleep. There's nothing in this room that you're in right now that is going to harm you. A little word of caution is, do be aware of where you are and what your environment's like whenever you do this practice. It can still be really helpful in spaces that are more open than the room I'm in. The room I'm in is 12 by 12. There's nobody else in here. It's actually very calming to me because it doesn't feel threatening at all. If I was at a festival, it's going to feel really different. And it might still be helpful to me to do a 360 sweep and take in all the details and make sure that everyone around me looks like they're calm and having fun and nobody looks threatening. That is actually going to be really good for my brain, but it will definitely feel different than if you're in your own bedroom alone doing this practice. So just kind of be aware that there will be a difference depending on where you are. And just take that into consideration. It might mean that you need to slow down even more. That's what I have found whenever I'm out in public doing this practice. I have to slow down way, way, way more than I normally would because there's so much more information and the potential for threat out in the world. And in that case, the thing that I look for is what would make me feel safer. I look for people who are smiling, people who are laughing, children, exits, pretty flowers, beautiful trees. My brain is also looking for anything that might be unpleasant because that's what it naturally does. Awesome, thank you, brain. But my intentional focus, the things that I'm going to count as I'm looking around, will be those that are pleasant and soothing to my system. So as you try this practice, let me know how it goes. Leave comments below. Do this one time right now and see if you notice a difference in your system, whether it is calmer after you do the practice. And I hope that you are able to use this as a resource as you're out in the world and getting stressed, because we all get stressed. It's nice to have some ways to calm yourself. If you liked this video, remember to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I do weekly, sometimes bi-weekly videos to help you create a more calm and centered life, a better relationship, and a better sex life. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. Bye for now.